Hello and welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji, and today I'll be showing you how to enter a remote duel tournament. So this one is specifically from Grandmaster Games in Indianapolis. I believe they ship to anywhere in the United States, so if you're playing from anywhere in the United States, this is a perfectly acceptable. Additional information into how prizing is handled at Grandmaster Games. So apparently they will bank all of your prize and participation packs until the first Wednesday of each month, where they will ship them all to you. So I've only played one tournament, entered for one pack, and I top forward, and in fourth place I only got one additional pack, so I have two packs in the bank. They will be sent to me on the first Wednesday of the month, where I will be responsible for paying the shipping fee. So a envelope containing 2 OTS packs should probably only cost me the price of a stamp. I will not know until that time, but that's the information on how prizes seem to work, at least at Grandmaster Games. Remote duel tournament to participate in. Their website is shadowrealmgames.com. You can register in this button here. I don't need to register because I'm already registered, so if you're already registered, you can just register. You'll have to provide your details, including your name, your Kasi ID, so your official Yugioh ID, as well as your contact information so they can, one, mail you your prizes, because their tournaments so far seem to be $5 entry for one OTS pack on entry, plus additional OTS packs provided considering how you place in the tournaments. The tournaments on weekdays seem to start at 6:30 Eastern. On weekends, I think on Saturday they start at 2 p.m. and on Sunday they start at 3 p.m. Anyways, so once we are logged in, we're going to enter a tournament by viewing their event page, which there's a button for up here and another button down here. I'm going to click on that and we'll see a list of the events that they've currently started running, which includes a bunch of OTS regular standard remote duel tournaments. Today happens to be the 25th of October, so this happens to be the last one scheduled for the week. There will probably be a new set of these next week. By clicking details, I can see the information related to this tournament, which is all the details. This is Monday through Friday at 6:30, Saturday at 2, Sunday at 3. Entry is $5, and you need to join the Grandmaster Games Discord server in order to participate, because the games are played over Discord using a webcam. So the link to their Discord server is here. I will link this web page in the description of this video in case the link to the Discord does change. Discord links do change occasionally. They can be manually changed by the creator of the Discord page. And as it's a local event, you don't need a deck list. They cost $5 to enter. The start time is listed here. And you can register for the event by clicking register. This is for, I think they used to use this for pre-registration for YCSs and regionals, which this is not, so we don't need a deck list. I'm not quite sure how the deck list feature works anyway. I think if you do the My Deck List feature, you could probably import one of some sort. There's no real reason to provide that. If you want to enter the tournament, click I agree to these terms. They have all your information, like your Kasi ID and stuff, when you made your profile. Enter your credit card number and your credit card's expiration date, as well as your security code, so they can process that payment. I believe if you talk to them in the Discord server, they might provide you more information on ways to use PayPal or Venmo as an alternative method of entering their tournaments. Let me show you their Discord server. You can click this button, which will add the role of tournament participant to you. So these players have currently entered this tournament. So there are currently 24 people who have paid to enter this tournament. Only 21 of them have clicked this button. Some of them have it because they paid with Venmo. Either paid with Venmo or they paid with some other feature. The information for the tournament is here. These players have all said paid because they had paid using some alternative method. This would also be where you would go if you wanted to try and get in via Venmo or PayPal or some other alternative method. Let's show you what you need to play. In order to play, you require a webcam. So this is a webcam. This is my webcam that I'm using. This is the Logitech C615. I also have a Logitech C270, both of which are acceptable for what we're doing. The 615 is better. It's like 30 bucks at Best Buy. The 270 was like 20 bucks at Best Buy. Looks 615 looks a bit better. Anyways, we're going to point it at our maps, and we are going to enter a voice chat to see how it looks. So I'm going to go into a random voice chat. I'm actually going to do one in my own server so I don't get interrupted. So I'm going to join the general voice chat. Voice chats are depicted using the speaker icon. This one is called General. If you go to settings, you can choose the appropriate camera from your list of cameras. Mine is the C615, but because I'm actually running OBS as well for screen recording, I am going to be using what is called OBS Camera 2, but that's irrelevant to you. You would choose the appropriate camera. Press test video and see how it looks. And we're going to take a look at the game. So I'm going to press video. So when you join a chat, you'll see actually you'll be seeing two screens. One is yours and one would be your opponent. Because this chat has no one else in here, it just looks like a blank screen. If you were to click on your screen or their screen, it becomes bigger. This is how you would actually want to do this. In real life, you would be looking at you'd be looking at their screen and then your physical mat in front of you. Now you'll notice my hand is on my right, which is incorrect. This would be my deck hand. So the screen of my own mat will appear mirrored on Discord. I don't know why. It appears mirrored to me, but it doesn't appear mirrored to any of my opponents. So you should clarify with your opponents that where your right hand is and where your left hands are, just to make sure that everything matches up. And you say, I'm putting my hand in my right extra monster zone, and they're putting their left. Obviously, you'll have to straighten out your camera to see what you want to see. Yesterday, when I participated in my tournament, I had my deck out in front of me. I had my dice on top of my side deck, which I left in front of me on the base of my computer monitor, and I placed my tokens just behind that as well in case I needed them, whether they be used for cards being taken control of or equipped to a monster I controlled or something. You had those. My extra deck was in play and in view, as well as my deck was in view. So that would just sit here. My mouse I just moved out of the way, and this is all we need to play. So the screen you're currently seeing is my screen, but normally you'd see your opponent's screen, and on the sidebar where it says the LC at the moment would be where my screen would be really tiny. If I wanted to record this for video, I would actually do this minimized view and I would see two screens. There'd be one right here with my screen and one right over here with my opponent's screen. I can record the entire screen and then I can cut the video up however I need to fit into a nice setup manner. So just to show you some more stuff from the Grandmaster Games page, as well as I will show some clips from my tournament yesterday for some problems that I had with how it runs. Not necessarily anyone's fault, just things that were there. So what we're going to do now is when you enter, you say paid, you click the button that says you've paid, so then you get the role of tournament participant. Now every time a round is paired, you will get pinged in the ADV pairings, so there will be a post that tells you who's playing who, with the time in which the round starts and the time in which the round ends, as well as the time in which someone would get a game loss or a match loss. You would go to ADV reporting results to write down who won. You would say table 2, I won, or I lost, or I guess the winner should really report their results. For a judge call, you would type @judge and state the table number that you are at, and the judge will come to you. We have 2 judges on at the moment, and they will address your judge issue. The minor judge issues I had did not matter because I knew the answer to both questions, and things just went the way that they were going to go. I will show them later on in the video. Next, there was the prize pool. So this is where people were talking about what the prizes were. So we had the results of the previous tournament here. I finished 4th, so I got 1 extra OTS pack. First place got 5 extra in addition to their entry pack. Again, for $5, leaving with 6 OTS packs was pretty nice. And the winning deck lists, I think people post them sometimes, but I don't think this always happens. They have a chat for that as well. These are the duel tables. So if you're paired at a particular table, you would go to your table and play with your opponent. These 2 players have their camera icons on. They're currently playing each other. And we have these casual duel tables. I think this is for people who come into the server and are just chit-chatting and want to play a remote duel against each other. I hope that is all you need to know in order to participate in these remote duel tournaments. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. For the remainder of this video, I'll be showing some of the games that I played during my tournament matches and some of the minor issues that occurred during those matches. So my first experience was asking my opponent how long we had, because I thought a remote duel tournament might last 50-minute rounds instead of 40. So I had to clarify the number of minutes we had, as well as where to figure out what time those were with her. And then we played our match, and I had to get used to the method in which we were asked to cut our decks by our opponent. Are they 40 minutes, 50 minutes? I'm sure I read it when I signed up to the website a while ago, but it's been a while.
50 minutes, and it's also posted on the pairings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to take a look at that real fast. Pairings, okay, match loss at 220, 213. Okay, so we're early. Can we start early?
When does it say we can? When does it say we should start?
2:10. Okay, at 2:10, which is now.
Yeah. How do you want me to cut?
Half is fine.
Okay.
What would you like me to do?
Can you do in half and put 8 to the bottom?
Sure.
Thanks. It is really funny cutting your own deck.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's a little weird, but it's whatever. High roll?
Oh. Yep. Adding Guru.
My next concern was how often players who finished their matches or had the bye would just walk into your room in order to see what you guys were playing. So they would just scout the competition, which should be one of the benefits of playing online. Someone can't actually just walk over to your table and see what you're doing. Although I guess it sort of simulates Dueling Book where anyone can walk over and watch any table at any time. So I don't know what your opinions are, but it definitely bugged me a little bit.
Red Eyes Fusion.
I will chain Purple Nightfall, targeting itself to banish itself and search.
I will chain Ghost Ogre.
Ogre is fine. He will die.
Its effect is negated because it didn't get banished.
Yeah, it's banish, and if you do, search.
Sure. And then I'll take. Literally, both the cards were in my hand.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh.
Fantastic. For me, I guess.
I will Subterra Fiendus.
Sure.
You're face now.
On resolution of Subterra Fiendus, I will activate Witch's Strike and destroy all cards on in your hand and on your field.
Can you read that?
If your opponent negates the normal summon or special summon of a monster or monsters, or the activation of a card or effect, destroy all cards your opponent controls and in their hand.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good against anything that negates activations all the time, which is what Fiendus does.
Yeah, wow. Do you main deck that card?
No, it's a side card for sure. It's only good against like trap matches. Against anything that isn't a trap, it's crap. Oh yeah, I was negated. That's what happened. It had to negate me, or I wasn't gave me to be able to do that. I only got to do 62. Okay.
Do you think that card's a 3 of?
No. In the right format, it's a good side card. I have trouble siding, so I play goofier side deck cards. And the viewers got involved occasionally, but sometimes that could actually be a good thing because some plays that occur in the game could be a tad questionable as to whether they were legal or not, and asking about it wouldn't be the worst thing.
Power shuffle.
Sure. Normally I'm not a fan of power shuffling, but I feel like Digital World, it makes the most sense.
Yeah, like when I see people like don't power shuffle, it's kind of like
Well, I don't know. I mean, live you can do a lot more regular shuffles really fast, and I don't really care. But
yeah, just want like just to show you, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. It seems like everybody's comfort levels would be better if they can see everything.
Yeah.
It's actually quite difficult to watch and make sure that your opponent is actually doing what they claim to be doing while you're actually shuffling your own cards. So it's actually probably better to do whatever kind of shuffling you can do without looking at your own cards while you pay attention to their screen. Not that I thought any of my opponents were cheating whatsoever, but if you really want to try and pay attention to it, you can watch them rather than yourself. As long as you're just putting cards in piles, it's not hard to just kind of ignore what you're doing and pay attention to their screen. So that's what I would recommend if you're remotely concerned with cheating. Or you can do what I do and just record the game, and in the event you need it for some reason, you have access to the video.
You got dice?
I have
when you're ready.
Dice right here. 2 dice.
How you want me to cut it? Yeah, 2 dice is fine.
Half is fine.
Half?
Yeah.
Half?
What do you want me to do?
Half and 1.
Half and 1.
Dang, is that like 60?
It is. You know
Alright.
what that means? A bad deck.
I roll?
Sure.
Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1. I got 10.
I have one that flew away.
That's fine.
I have
What is
a 7. I got a little thrown off by my opponent requesting we try to roll simultaneously, which is why my dice got away. I would have wanted to re-roll it because it went off camera. You should do your best to keep your dice on camera. Honestly, I can't think of a reason why you should both be rolling your dice for high roll to determine who chooses who goes first. At the same time, as long as it gets done is all that matters. Honestly, one person should really be rolling the dice if they can keep them on camera. What do you have, an 8?
7. I got 10.
Oh, 10? What do you
10.
want to do?
Yeah. I'll go first.
Best of luck to you, but not too much.
You too.
Now, I had a minor ruling dispute during this game, but we managed to come to a conclusion without needing to go to a judge. But they do have a chat server specifically to ask a judge-related question. If you know what you're doing and you can explain it well enough, you can avoid wasting time waiting for a judge. Although the judge did come to my game in the final match of the tournament for time-related reasons, and they were pretty prompt at the time, so I could always actually afford to wait for it. But if you know what you're doing, you can avoid needing to get to a judge, and that's what I would prefer to do.
Special summon? Release?
That's an activated effect in the hand. I will.
No, it's an inherent summon.
Is it? I'm gonna just pull up the text.
Yeah. If this card is normal or special, wait, my bad. If you control a special summon, you can special. It's like Pango Top.
Just 2 seconds.
That's fine.
It is an activated effect because its summoning condition is after a colon. A Pankratops or a Cyber Dragon would say on the card, this card can be summoned from your hand in parentheses, which would be a non-activated effect.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
You got a judge on that?
You can call a judge for it if you'd like.
Alright.
But that is how you tell
I
the
just wanted
difference.
to make sure.
Nope.
Oh, just because the colon?
If it's an inherent summon, it says on the card where you can summon it in parentheses. If it has a colon, it means it's an activation, and the condition for activation is what came before it, which is that there's a monster summoned from the extra deck on the field.
That's fine. So banish?
Yeah.
Good game.
And more players had just started walking in because it was the end of the round and they had something to do, I guess, until their matches started in the following round, so they were just scouting more plays. Matter of fact, here's a view of a table. That was the last table in a match going on. There were 6 of us at this table at the same time. Is it going to be?
I know there can only be one.
I'm going to normal summon Ecclesia, attempt to use effect.
I will activate Infinite Impermanence, which is in front of your back row, targeting Ecclesia.
No, it's this is my EMZ.
Yeah, this is in.
So this is
my deck zone, which should be across from your the one next to your extra deck zone, which is the other one. So prior to this game, I had actively mirrored my own screen just to make sure that the game looked correct. But at the same time, it was double mirrored for my opponent, and I had to fix it for game 2.
Converted.
Place setting. Did it change?
Yeah, I think it did. It's
All right.
Okay, can you show me your right hand now? Yes. Yep. Perfect.
Okay. Maybe I only see my because to me I can see my camera too, and my camera is backwards. But your camera is fine. So I guess as long as we're putting things in the right place, it shouldn't be a big deal. Sure. Did you do 1 token, or did I just miss something?
No, I did 2 tokens.
The die is a token. No problem. I looked away for a second. I got distracted.
Effect or...
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
So how much altogether you use?
The token is at 3,025.
Hey guys, it's time around. Fisher face.
Oh, it's time? Okay. Well, looks like we're at a draw. Hey. He disappeared. Do you have anything in your main phase that can do burn?
Yeah, I can.
Alright, go ahead.
I know. I would banish Harrow.
Is it just Dragoon?
to bring up that.
Because if it's just
Yeah.
Dragoon, I can't get burned by destroying the token because it has no original attack.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, we can check because I mean, it's the only thing that's left to do in the game, right? We might as well just ask.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just put in Judge Call. Table 2. Can Dragoon burn through Nibiru token? All right, we'll see what they say. Fairly certain Nibiru token has an original attack of 0, so it should not work. In which case, we're getting a draw. Hello.
Hey guys, how can I help?
Well, I don't know what happened to my opponent's screen now, but we're just trying to clarify if Nibiru. The only way for me to take any damage is to be burned by Dragoon to this Nibiru token. It has 3,000 attack and 25 defense, but it's a Nibiru token, so I don't think its original attack is anything other than 0.
Let me pull up the text of Dragoon.
Yeah, that's the only relevant text. I'm fairly certain I don't take burn, and if that's the case, we're going to have a draw.
Okay,
But,
just pulling up
Oh.
the card real quick.
No problem. Marwin, you still here? Because your camera went down.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just listening.
So it burns for the original attack, and the original attack of a Nibiru token is undetermined, so you will not take damage for that.
Okay, so that's going to be 0.
And I can go to my battle phase, right?
You cannot.
What's up?
We're in main
You
phase 1.
cannot. It's the end of phase.
Alright.
Alright, good game, dude. We have a draw.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and report it.
Sure. It wasn't the first time in the day where my opponent's screen kind of stopped working, but they do have a policy where if your screen stops, you don't move any of your cards, and then you try and get it back up. They have a couple of rules in reference to people's cameras going down or getting disconnected, involving game losses and warnings and so on. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to play a remote duel tournament, and if you're looking for the next how to play, it was How to Play Goki, which is located on Sir Eminon's channel and will be linked in the description as well as here in the end card. Make sure to subscribe for additional content like this in the future. If you have questions about remote duels, let me know in the comments below.